A girl living alone suddenly noticed her dog barking wildly at the sky. Then, a strange flock of crows began circling overhead. That's when she knew something bad was coming. The dog soon cowered in fear, but before she could gather her thoughts, the ground beneath her started to tremble, and a rock nearby exploded into pieces. She suddenly felt a cold, wet sensation. She turned and saw water gushing up from the earth, seemingly out of nowhere. Without hesitation, Zoe sprinted home. She jumped online to figure out what was going on. That's when she heard a massive crash outside. She ran out, and what she saw would stay with her for life. Her home was on a mountaintop, but the area around her was now surrounded by surging groundwater. Jets of water were bursting through solid rock. It was like the end of the world was happening right in front of her eyes. That night, Zoe drove to a school estate nearby where she knew her old classmates were having a reunion party. She pulled up, gathered everyone, acquaintances and strangers alike, and shared what she'd seen. The ground was cracking open, and the earth was spewing water from below. She was sure this was the beginning of the apocalypse. The room fell silent. One classmate even pulled out their phone to record her. To them, Zoe sounded completely unhinged. No one believed her. They dismissed her warnings and drifted back to the music and dancing, totally unfazed. Half an hour later, a girl walked up to the stage and unplugged the speaker system. The room erupted in confusion. She trembled as she spoke. Something was happening outside. Everyone rushed out of the estate, and what they saw left them speechless. Two classmates were trapped on the roof of a gazebo, and the area around it was completely submerged in deep water. No one could process what was happening. Some thought it was just flash flooding, but then someone remembered, weren't they on a mountaintop? How could a flood reach this high? Panic spread. Some people started crying. Others grew frantic. Only Zoe dove into the water to try and help, but just as she reached the middle, something stirred beneath the surface. A dark, shadowy creature suddenly broke through the water. Everyone, especially the girls, screamed in terror. The thing was alive, and it could swim. Zoe was paralyzed with fear. The group retreated to the estate, helpless to save the classmates stranded outside. Then the darker side of human nature began to show. Lucy, acting as the student representative, insisted they shouldn't attempt another rescue for the sake of everyone's safety. She was ready to let the two classmates die. Just as the room exploded into heated debate, one student stood up with an idea, a way to save them.